Hey everybody, this is Charlie from Anthrax, and you are listening to the one and only Hypermanic Noize podcast. Turn it up.
Hello friends, and welcome back to the Hypermanic Noize podcast. If you've been listening for a while, you may have noticed that it's been fucking months since I've put out an episode. And, well, look, if you've been listening for a while, you understand that I'm quite a clusterfuck of a human being. The last year has been pretty shit and has continued somewhat into this year as well. And I'm hoping the foreseeable future is a bit better. Trying to pull it together, and I've got a lot of episodes banked up, and they're all killer, and I've got to pull my finger out and release them. So I've been studying film and TV. That's been taking up a lot of my time. I've also been working with disabled people as a support worker. That's been taking up a lot of my time. With stand-up and recording my hip-hop album on top of it, it's all been too much. And unfortunately, the podcast has fallen behind. So we're back now. And lucky to have one of my best friends, Bruno Oliveira, on the show. He's always been one of my favourite guests. And this is actually, in my opinion, the best episode yet. It's fucking hilarious. We get into your family members gambling when they're broke as a means to stop being broke, which is always good. White people wearing FUBU and Wu-Tang gear. We get into racism. Bruno and I always like to talk about that because he's a Portuguese dude. You know, he looks like he could be from New Zealand or Mexico or he basically looks like he could be from anywhere. And I'm from Central Queensland, and when you're from Central Queensland, you understand racism. So we get into a lot of those sort of things. My alarm's going off now. And, yeah, it's really funny. I've listened to it a few times while editing it, and I lose my shit every time, so you're going to enjoy it. Please, if you like the show, follow on Facebook. I really would appreciate it. It's facebook.com/hypermanicnoize with a Z or a Z if you're a dirty American. Same on Instagram. Please follow me. Instagram, it's at oldmatedouglas. Twitter at oldmatedouglas. Facebook /oldmatedouglas. You can find it all there. And search for my shit online. Search for my hip-hop release. If you search Hayden Douglas, I've got a few singles out. They're called This Is Why I'm Dark. I've got another one out called I'm Not a Racist But. Hilarious, if you don't mind me saying so. And what else we got? Bipolar, Hypermania. And I feel like there's another one that I'm forgetting. So have a listen to some rock and hip-hop. And follow all of Bruno's shit too. Bruno Entertainment 19 at Facebook and Instagram. And you can actually hear Bruno on my hip-hop track, This Is Why I'm Dark, as well. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy. And got another huge episode coming in a couple of days. Actually, fuck it. Coming today. Let's put it out today. With Eric Bischoff. If you don't know who he is, what are you doing with your life? Eric Bischoff was the king. He was the man behind the WCW wrestling organization in the 90s. He was involved with WWE, NWO, Raw, TNA. Basically, it was him and Vince McMahon were the two leaders in wrestling, and I got the chance to chat to him, so that was wicked. So please subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, share it with your friends, and don't kill yourself, and keep listening. All right, hail Satan.
Podcast initiation complete. Warning. This episode may cause brain damage. Hypermanic Noize.
Hey, this is Trevor Sternat from the Black Dahlia Murder here. You're listening to the Hypermanic Noize podcast.
Welcome to the show, Bruno Oliveira.
It's Oliveira, but now no cunt ever gets a right, and especially cunts in the scene as well. Fuck.
Yeah.
Cunts always get my fucking name wrong.
Good.
Which is, it's not like it's fucking hard to say. You know what I mean? People just make it hard. And the make-up letters aren't even in the name.
Yeah. How does that make you feel? Does it make you hurt inside?
Deep down it does.
Yeah. Stop rocking in the chair, cunt. It's making noise.
Oh, well, fuck, I didn't know, man. My bad. Dumb cunt.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. This is the end of the podcast. I've had enough of him already.
Yeah, I'll try to stay still, man.
What's pissing you off this week, Bruno?
Anything and everything, man.
Mhm.
Fucking dad.
Scaffolding.
Yeah.
Dad?
Yeah, dad and scaffolding.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't scaffold, thank fuck for that shit. But then I did
Imagine if he did. He'd be like the Antichrist.
oh my god. He'll tell me to build a scaffold and then come back later. I didn't tell you to do that. Thanks, Dad. It's about 6 lifts high. Now I've got to take the cunt down again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, yeah, had to get back into scaffolding. Not happy about that one.
You don't seem happy.
No, I'm never.
You're never happy?
No, I'm happy when it's the end of shift. I don't have to deal with these cunts.
You should do something else.
Well, you know...
Just be a sick cunt.
Well, just rob cunts.
Just be a sick cunt. And
Well, from Rockingham,
yeah.
I've got a rat's tail as well.
You can if you want.
No, I'm cool.
You'd look good with a rat's tail.
I actually, believe it or not, I actually used to have one when I was younger.
I had a front mullet when I was a kid. And the reason for it is the worst too. It was because my little childhood girlfriend, shout out Lydia McNally, represent. She
Straight out of Queensland.
Yeah, so she in grade 5 she couldn't decide who she liked. She liked me
true.
and this guy Tony Owen.
And who actually looked better? And like you can honestly
Oh,
say.
probably him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So she picked personality.
Well, she liked both of us. See, this was before there was like this was when like your girlfriend, you didn't talk to him or anything. It was just kind of
Oh, like it's official, but from a distance.
yeah, like someone else asked her out for you and all that sort of primary school shit.
Those messages and shit. Yeah.
Notes back then.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us,
yeah. That was like text messaging.
But he had a front mullet.
No shit.
So then I thought, well, if I get a front mullet too, that'll push me over the line. Maybe that's what. Maybe that's what's getting him this attention.
Oh, that's so good.
And then I got a front mullet, and it was fucked.
No shit.
Like just the tuft here, but shaved everywhere else.
Oh, yuck. Those mullets.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was fucked.
So you were a pleb back then.
Yeah, trying too hard, man.
I can't talk, man. There was one time when I went to the Portuguese club out of all places when I was younger, because like when you're young, you have to go to these like shit places like with your parents and shit. And I went to the Portuguese club for some fucking Portuguese dinner or some Portuguese holiday on a fucking... It was some weird shit. But then I went there with a Dada outfit.
Oh, okay, keep going.
A red Dada outfit.
Yeah.
I'm talking jacket, shirt, and pants. Like the works. And I get there, and my mate looked at me and goes, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yo, thinking I'm cool?" What's going on, man? He's like, "What the fuck, man?" And I was like, "What's up?" Because he was like one of the few Portuguese people that I actually went to school with. You know what I mean? They actually went to the Portuguese club as well. Shout out to Wilson Rodriguez from Hamilton Senior High School.
Rodriguez?
Yeah, Rodrigues. That's how we say it.
Rodrigues.
Yeah, don't fucking try.
Oh, sorry.
And then, yeah, so he was like, "What the fuck are you wearing, man?" And I was like, "What, man?" You know, thinking I'm cool. He was like, "Nah, man, like, you don't, you're white, man. This looks weird." You know what I mean? And I was like, "Yeah, cheers, man." And then for the whole time, he was giving me shit. So
At least you're a bit racially ambiguous, because I have a story like this as well.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I bought Wu-Tang. You remember, like...
It's equivalent to Dada.
Yeah. So I bought Wu-Tang pants, which were like this denim that was sort of blue with this silver shit in it. It was... They actually
I think I remember. Yeah.
They actually looked pretty cool. And then I had a Wu-Tang shirt, one of those... Like ones that was that plasticky material that looked like it would catch on fire in the sun. So I went down, and look, I'm the whitest cunt ever.
Yeah.
Right? I went down to Melbourne and
nice.
saw this stuff and thought it was hell cool. Had no idea what Wu-Tang was.
Is it from Skunkware? Because that's where I got it from here.
No, this is in Melbourne. I got it from a market.
Oh yeah, they used to have that shit at markets
And
as well.
I never... All knockoff shit, surely.
Yeah.
And I never knew what Wu-Tang was. I just liked it.
Because it looked cool. It actually does look cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I get back to central Queensland, you know, where Pauline Hanson got off the ground.
Yeah.
Start rocking my Wu-Tang gear. And I realised that there were other people in town that wore Wu-Tang, but they didn't look anything like me. you know what I mean?
So you stood the fuck out.
Yeah, I didn't know. And then I realised eventually that Wu-Tang was a band and they were a rap group.
Yep.
And
one of the greatest of all time.
And I must have been the only white kid in the town to have this Wu-Tang gear until the Wiggers came along
Yeah.
a couple of years later.
Yeah, they made it a little bit more acceptable.
Yeah, and then there was
use
all
it.
the dudes that were trying to pretend they were black. They were taking my style.
Yeah. And don't forget that like there was FUBU.
And that was Wiggers with a W, by the way. I hope the microphone picked that up. I don't need to field those questions.
Oh my god.
Although, coming from where I come from, the other word isn't that far away. Like,
Yeah, no, we don't need to
Jesus.
say the word, man. You know what I mean? Like,
man.
I'm not trying to make enemies while we're doing this
No,
shit.
well, I think I made enough enemies. And I threw them away.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I
because
just never wore it again.
but I really liked it.
Man, this data shit, when I looked in the mirror by myself in my room, the shit looked dope. It was the dopest shit. But then in the outside world, because people like me don't wear it, it comes across as like me trying to swagger jack.
You look exactly like the type of cunt that would wear data, though.
But when I was younger, believe it or not, I didn't look as ambiguous.
Okay.
When I had hair, I looked like more like that fucking Home Alone kid or some shit. You know what I mean? I looked really white when I had hair, but now that I
Okay.
don't have hair, like, oh fuck, where the fuck's he from? Like I'm way more ambiguous and shit.
What is FUBU? Does it stand for something?
I don't even know. I actually generally
Fuck.
don't know. I don't even know what data stands for.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, I want to fucking
Let's look it up.
Yeah, see what the fuss is about.
I don't know what it's about. I know what Wu-Tang is now.
Thank fuck for that shit.
I think I did. Did I have a FUBU? There was FUBU, Wu-Tang, Data, and there was something else. And I thought I was onto something, man. I thought I was going to go home and be the king of style. Like, fuck yeah, no one's ever seen this. And they hadn't at that point in central Queensland.
Oh no shit.
Oh, fuck no. It's white as shit. It's racist. Like, rap music wasn't... It was almost banned. Like...
What were you talking about again? The
FUBU or Data.
FUBU, yeah.
But
Damani Data.
I just thought fucking Wu-Tang was like a cool clothing brand. Everyone else was wearing Adidas.
Yeah, Nike.
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
Yeah, it sounds better.
And I loved Kung Fu movies. It sounded real Kung Fu. So I thought, oh, maybe it's something to do with that.
Wait, Damani Data began as a hat and t-shirt company in the year 1995, founded by Mike Cherry, Dave UNK Huey, and Dwayne Louise, which was aimed at urban basketball youth. The company quickly converted to marketing athletic apparel, following a deal with Dr. David A. Brown Jr. So it's fucking basketball wear.
But there's no meaning to it. It's just a name.
Well, like the founder's name is Damani Data. So so like,
all right.
So Data, but being like basketball apparel.
What about FUBU?
Yeah, that's something else.
There's got to be something to that.
You know, it's like a lot more white people wore FUBU though, which is weird.
Yeah, I think they kind of... It was like the gateway drug of Wu-Tang.
That's so good. Oh fuck!
They didn't want to commit fully. Like, they didn't want to end up in Wu-Tang rehab, so they just went...
It's American hip hop apparel company. It includes casual wear, sportswear, suit collection, blah blah. But then at least Damani Data has like a fucking...
So is there no
name?
Is there a reason for it?
Trying to look now. Why the fuck do they call it FUBU? I even trying to look shit up and these cunts don't go into detail.
How do you... It's FUBU, right?
Yeah. Carlton Brown with a line of hats made in John's house in Queens, New York.
So that's just a made-up word.
I think it's just, like...
Well, that's
fuck.
pretty shit.
Well, what does FUBU mean? That's what I'm typing. Oh, what does FUBU stand for?
Yeah. High-quality apparel.
For us, by us.
That sounds like a Donald Trump slogan.
Make America great again.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, no, like that's what it
There we
stands for. For us, by us. And I think what they mean by that is, you know what, I'm not going to comment.
For us, by us. So, what, were they the only ones who were allowed to buy it?
Only if you're doing hip-hop
Yeah.
and hip-hop apparel.
I think, we're working on some hip-hop. I think we should dress in exclusively FUBU. Or Wu-Tang. Or both. Half and half.
Yeah, and Dada shoes.
Yeah. Adidas track pants, though. That's I don't know what it's like in America, but in Australian hip hop, you've got to have Adidas track pants, Nike track pants. Why? Why?
You know what? Like for me, I'm either one or the other. I can't be both. Like I can't be Nike and Adidas.
Which one are you?
Adidas.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I would have guessed that.
Why's that?
I don't know. You just seem like an Adidas kind of
You're
guy.
full of shit, cunt. That's what you're fucking full of shit. Fucking
You'd have a problem with Nike, I reckon.
Nah.
You hate Jordan, you hate black people. Is that why you don't like Nike?
Hell no.
Yeah, that's true. You want to be black.
Nah, not really. But
You kind of do.
yeah, I think other people think that. You know what I mean? But that's everybody's.
I told you how I wrote an essay in year 9.
Yeah, I remember. But tell the people again.
It sounds so bad to say that loud, though.
No, you have to. You got to say it out loud.
So we had an essay in year 9, and I'm in Central Queensland, and
keep in mind, just going to put it out there
yeah,
as well. It's the most racist part of Australia.
yeah,
almost.
yeah. So that if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? So my essay wasn't I would be black. It wasn't I would be African American. And I didn't mean this. I meant this in a positive way because the whole thing was about how awesome they are. But it was I would be a Negro was the name of it. That's so fucked, man. But the whole thing was, yeah, I wish if I could change anything, I'd be black because then I'd be good at basketball. I love basketball and I love music and they've got great rhythm. Like all the real positive racism, like all the positive stereotypes of like they can dance.
They
Like,
got style.
yeah, they got style. I can wear me fucking Wu-Tang shirt and no one will judge me. And I spelled...
Oh,
But I got a B for that too.
the most racist part of Australia.
Yeah.
Seen it and was like, you know what, that's actually not bad.
It's making some good points.
B, bang.
But the whole thing, even if I read it, I wish I could find it, and there's a chance that I have it downstairs. But the whole thing was like, I love black culture, they're awesome, I wish I could be them, and if I could change myself, I would be. but in
the most innocent way possible.
it really was.
Yeah.
But
That's
everything
hilarious.
about it is so wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
even the term Negro, and I spelt it wrong every time I wrote it.
How the fuck did you spell it?
Negroe, like as in the plural.
Oh, right, okay.
But I just, every time, and I remember reading it, because I've got like a borderline photographic memory, I remember that, you know, how they underline like misspelled words and punctuation errors and shit. It's like, Negro, they cross out the E. Negro. I must have said that word like 1,000 times in it.
Oh, my God.
And I got a B.
That is so good.
It's not, though.
No, it's such a good story. You know what I mean? Fuck me.
Like, I'd like to talk about that in my act, but I'm even scared to bring that up. I'm scared bringing it up now. Like...
No, you know what, man? Like, these... Like, I feel like these stories are the gold mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like me talking about that time where, like, I did a gig at the Portuguese club and it was a full house, almost 400 to 500 fucking people there that paid dinners and shit. Like, they're there for a show because there was a whole bunch of like people in the lineup, music and all that shit, but I was the first act. And
that's a terrible idea.
of course it is, but at the time I was like still understanding like the concept of how a stand-up like room is run.
Yeah.
But then I didn't really have an idea, and like I perform in front of people that I knew, seen in my, like I grew up with in my childhood and shit, and I just choked. It was exactly like 8 Mile. The exact same thing. I just
Spaghetti.
yeah, legit. Yeah. Bro, I was saying Portuguese, spaghetti. You know what I mean? Just,
Perry.
yeah, but then I froze. It was one of the worst gigs I've ever had. I was meant to get paid and I didn't.
Did you do your material?
Tried.
Or did you just kind of like?
I sort of started off like for the first few minutes. I said a few short jokes, like just a few of them, and then I realized I was getting nothing. And the amount of the people that was in the crowd got to me, and I just kept saying dumb shit. Like, oh, shit's crazy out here, man. Yeah, being Portuguese. Yeah, I'm Portuguese. And just, like, repeating the same shit.
It's so funny, though, because normally when you know people in the audience, it makes it way easier.
No, this made me, like, even more nervous.
Okay.
Because, it like, it wasn't like I seen like one of my mates and I was like, oh fuck, you know, there's
It's like Auntie June and all the...
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
there was like
yeah.
there was this chick that I grew up with that lived across the street from me.
Yeah.
And she pretty much knows a whole bunch of embarrassing shit about me anyway because of like where like we grew up.
Yeah.
So then I'm looking at her and nothing good's running through my mind. All I can just picture is her like knowing shit about me that she shouldn't. And that's like putting me off. And then I look around even more and I see people that are like a family's friend, the auntie, like
It's so-and-so that babysitted you.
you know what I mean? It's just like it wasn't like I seen my mates that I actually chilled with.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just about all the people I don't want to know.
All the people you don't want at your show, really.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. That actually don't really like me.
Yeah.
And like them seeing me, it put me off.
Okay.
I was like, oh, fuck. Look at these cunts. Came here to see a show and I didn't even give them one. And I was meant to get paid and I didn't. Because I was that bad.
Fucking Portuguese people, man. They're ripping you off.
Yeah, fucking Nando's.
Yeah. Are there any Nando's stores in Portugal?
No, that's the thing. None. Like, when people talk about Nando's, it's a South African Portuguese thing.
Oh, okay.
Or Portuguese South African thing. Or like, whatever. It was Portuguese people from South Africa that made the cunt. You go to fucking Portugal, you don't hear or see it.
Do they have peri-peri on shit?
Yeah, but they don't smash on sauce like they do here. Like, they actually have...
They use it as an ingredient.
Yeah, ingredient. They don't use it as just a marination process.
Yeah.
Like, they have spices and shit, and the chicken there is cooked much different.
Yeah. But it's just the way they bastardize everything. Like, you go to a Japanese restaurant, like, oh, sushi. We got sushi. Fucking origato. You know, it's...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and over there, it's like a normal store. You know what I mean? And they probably don't even have that. You know?
No, one thing that blew my mind was they didn't have Old English cheese at Subway in England.
Get fucked. You see, Old English. You'll think.
You would think that they'd know what it was. No idea.
They don't even know what it is.
Not the ones I went to.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And they're phasing out Old English cheese here now too.
What the
Which
fuck?
is a travesty. As a former Subway employee, I'm appalled. Speaking of South Africans, right? I used to work... Kira, shut up! I used to work at a Subway for white South Africans. And they are the worst cunts ever. Mosman Park Subway in Perth.
Shout out to all the South Africans in Mosman Park.
Britt
cunts.
and Andrew Brockett, fuck you. You are the biggest pieces of shit I've ever met in my fucking life. You racist cunts.
Oh,
like,
nice.
they fucking... Dude. Kira! Fucking dog's barking. She might... I think the dog's racist too.
No. Like, should I go staunch her or?
Nah, she's right.
Oh, fuck up.
She'll
Anyway.
come here. So they would say shit like, I think it was on my first shift. One of them's like something about, oh, you got to be careful around here. The bloody indigenous come in and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, right. This is exactly what I expected.
Nice.
And one day I dropped a punnet of Swiss cheese on the ground and we had to write it off.
Yeah.
And she comes in the next day and goes, Hayden, did you have to... I almost cried when I saw that you dropped that cheese. Couldn't you have salvaged any of it? She wanted me
Salvaged?
to pick up the bits that didn't quite hit the floor
Wow.
and put them in the punnet.
And act like nothing happened.
Yeah. And same with
Wow.
pickles. She wanted me to do that, and I just refused to do it. I worked there for 6 months. They were supposed to pay me sick pay and holiday pay, never did. And once I was busting to go to the pisser so bad, but I had to wait till the end of my shift. I walked out the front and pissed myself. And luckily I had that's how hard they were working us.
What the fuck?
I literally pissed myself. Luckily I had my apron to hide it.
These guys are literal slave owners.
Yeah, and the staff turnover was insane. They are just
shit.
complete... like racist pieces of shit. The what's her name? The woman that ran the store was hell flirty with everybody,
true.
including me. She would wear G-bangers and shit, and she was
Hey.
like probably in her mid-40s,
Nice.
but was hot.
Yeah.
It was-
I was going to say, I was hoping that she
Yeah,
was
it used
hot,
to
'cause-
make me uncomfortable.
No
and
shit.
fucking staff would ask her out on... customers would ask her out on dates and give her Valentines and all this, and her husband would work he worked the alternate days to her.
Hey.
There was some fucked up shit going on. But they would, so I would close at night and they would ring up the store to be like, to tell me off because they didn't like the way I'd moved the chairs when I was mopping the floor.
What the fuck?
Just
weird shit.
They would stop at the lights up the road and then ring the store and say, I was driving home and check the cameras on the lights. I didn't like that you did this. But
they wouldn't even tell you face to face.
No, and we would get paid until 9 o'clock and we'd be there till 10:30 every night.
And they just like not paying.
Yeah, never paid us sick pay or holiday pay.
No shit.
Just complete fucking animals.
Complete slave.
And they would always employ good-looking girls.
True.
And they wouldn't employ black people.
True.
And they would openly talk about this shit. It was fucked, eh?
Man, that's one thing that I've noticed with, I'm not saying all of them like across the board.
No, they're all fucked.
Yeah.
All of them.
But like one thing I noticed with some white South Africans that I came across.
Yeah.
Well, they're quite openly racist, and it's like,
yeah.
And for some reason, they think that like when they see me, they're like, oh, you know, he's definitely white, blah blah, and I actually am. But then they start talking to me and like, oh, you know, like, there's like bloody kaffers,
yeah.
you know. And I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, what the fuck? But then I'm like, what? And then he's like, oh, you know, like this kaffers, like you have to be very, very careful. Like you can't trust them. And I'm like, why the fuck? I don't even know this cunt. And that's the way he wants to have a conversation with me. You know what I mean? On a fucking construction site.
That's
thinking I'm going to go, yeah, man, these kaffers, you can't trust them, high five and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's white South Africans.
Yeah. But
my mate's mum and dad, where are they from? Zimbabwe or South Africa? Same shit, different toilet. When it comes to the white ones. Yeah. But they were like super religious, never swear, like straight down the line, but they refer to flies as kaffa budgies.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, got to close the door. The fucking keffa budgies are in. Like,
wow.
Dude, like my mate's dad, I'm not going to say his name, but he was in Zimbabwe and his dad, so my mate's granddad, told him, look, you've got to get out. The black people here are getting more power and you're too racist. You're going to end up getting killed. Because he would fucking like shoot at him out of his car. Like,
true.
Dude, it's a whole nother level. I went to the football with him once to a rugby game. And because he speaks about 7 languages, he was yelling all this racist shit at all of the African players in their language. So no one around knew what he was saying, but the players did. Yeah.
What the fuck?
It was so fucked up that it was hell funny because I didn't know what he was saying. I just knew from what he would say in between that it wasn't nice.
Yeah, it was some fucked up shit.
And he would just choose different language. Okay, that guy's he's from South Africa. I'm yelling out in Zulu. I'm going to tell him to fuck off home, you monkey, or whatever. And then he'd yell shit out. And I'm like...
That's fucked up,
It was so fucked, but not going to lie, it was like so bad that I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here with these people?
But that's what you were laughing at.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, not the actual thing.
No, but...
the absurdity of the situation.
Yeah. But then it's like,
if that was a word.
He fought in the war there in Rhodesia and stabbed a cunt in the back of the head with a machete, like, because he just killed his mate. So they're on patrol. He walks around the corner, sees his mate dead, sees one of the other guys. Funny thing was, they called the people they were fighting the gooks.
Who were they fighting? I thought it was other white people.
They were fighting, I'm not 100% sure, but they were fighting other, like, black people.
Oh,
but they called them gooks.
What the fuck? Why?
I don't know. I don't understand it. But he saw one of these people that had killed his mate, and then he stabbed him to death with a machete. Like, you've been through that sort of war.
Yeah.
You're going to hate the people you were fighting against.
To an extent, though. Like, I get it.
Well, I think he was fucking super racist beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It would have made it worse, but...
Because, like, sometimes people, like, I'm not saying all the time, but some people go to war, not for the cause, but because they're psychopaths.
Oh, they
just want to actually just kill.
Yeah, they just had to in that situation.
Yeah, of course, but I'm saying, like, some just already get involved in the cause for the sake of only just killing, just because of... Yeah. And they just use anything to kill.
You know what's great? My dad's hell racist, and then my sister married a guy that's Islander.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
That's like Karma's way of saying, fuck you.
Yeah,
you know
and he's the best cunt ever.
You know, it's funny, Chris Rock says something about that. I think in his special Bigger and Blacker, he says, be careful what you hate.
Yeah, because
Because what you hate will end up in your family.
Yeah, yeah,
So if
yeah.
you hate gays, you're going to have a gay son.
Yep.
If you hate black people, your daughter's going to be with a black dude.
Yep.
It's crazy, but it's actually fucking spot on, man.
But I think there's a psychological component to that. Like, you see like your parents or whatever constantly being racist towards a certain sort of person. And then you grow up and you spout this shit. Like, I remember saying at one point in my teenage years, they should just torpedo the refugees' boats, then they'd stop sending them. And I saw the look on the person's face I was talking to.
And they're like, what
and I'm
the
like,
fuck?
And I went, oh, I don't actually believe that. Why did I say that? And I realized it's just because that's what you hear every day whenever the news is on.
Yeah.
So you start saying it, and then you're like, what the fuck? What is a refugee? How do I feel about it? And I look into it like, yeah, I don't believe any of that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember saying, yeah, there was a time where I would say all this hell racist shit, and it would just come out, and I'm like, fuck, this is just a product of growing up around really racist people.
Yeah.
I went back to Queensland last year and get off the plane and said, oh, Mum, it's to Mum and her and my stepdad, like, oh, good to be back in Queensland. I remember growing up hearing that we should just torpedo the boats all the time. Saying that as in like, haha, isn't that funny that how fucked up that is? And then they say, oh, that's what I think we should do.
Oh,
it's
fuck.
just like, Jesus Christ.
There's no growth here.
No, none. Because I thought Dad was the issue.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
after the divorce, the racism would get left to him.
Yeah, yeah.
But it didn't.
It just got worse.
But also with them, it's a lack of understanding too. They've never encountered. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird, and it just sticks like glue.
Yeah.
Until you decide you don't want it anymore.
Well, like, one thing I realised, a lot of the people that have a lot to say, even in like news, propaganda and shit, a lot of people that have a lot to say about a minority group or just a group in general don't know any.
They don't know.
They know none. They don't even, like, there's not even one in their suburb.
Dude, my primary school had about 1,000 kids. There was one Asian family called the Kwongs, and there was about 3 kids. That was the Asian family out of 1,000 people.
Yep.
And then at about 18, I went to Brisbane and we went to Hungry Jack's. And I said to my mate, holy shit, there's an Asian person working at Hungry Jack's. I've never seen an Asian person working at a fast food restaurant. Can you imagine? Like,
yeah, true.
That's funny because every fast food restaurant you go to has Asian people, Indian people working there because they're working their way through uni or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen that where
yeah.
I'm from. It was just white people fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And
it's just, yeah, but you just didn't know.
It wasn't, it was just odd to me. Like, oh, wow. Like, cool. I thought it was cool. Like
Nice.
Like I just met Bruce Lee or some shit. But, because we just didn't have Asian people. Like, the few that we did were like the kids of doctors.
Yep.
And they would stay in town long enough until they could get out.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking white people and Aboriginal people who were treated like shit by the white people. That was...
Which is pretty standard across Australia, unfortunately, is fucked up
Yeah,
as it
yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, and you don't... and you just hear that shit from... Like, even the... Like, family friends of mine, like, friends of my parents and shit that I've got on Facebook, will post pro Pauline Hanson shit
true.
and all this, and it's like... They're good people in some ways, and they've been in my life... Again, like the Portuguese clubs, like, I disagree with everything you're saying.
That's fair enough.
But what do I do? Do I get in an argument with them every time they post it? Or, like, I've tried that with my dad. Doesn't work.
Man, like, have you ever, like, this is sort of on topic but off topic, but it's like, have you ever, like, met someone, right, and it's like a genuine person that you believe to be, right? But then, as soon as you, like, start to get to know them, you start to get to know their political views. Have your views ever completely changed on them once you notice what and where they stand with certain politics?
Yeah.
Like, for me, it changes everything.
Yeah.
Like, everything. You can be the nicest dude, but if you're like, oh, which torpedo, like, the fucking, like, refugees, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that would just make me not even want to talk to you now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I cut off a friend that I'd had since year 8. because when Trump was going through the election, he was constantly posting all this pro-Trump shit.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the Christians really latched onto him.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. He's not a Christian. He's never talked about religion. It was just he pushed that angle, and these guys are dumb enough to follow it. But I had to say to him, look, man, you've turned into a hateful bigot. You call yourself a Christian, and you're advocating shit that would make Jesus turn in his grave or his cave, whichever one you want to go with.
That's actually pretty funny.
But I had to cut him off. I couldn't take it. And it didn't matter what you said. What about the fact that he's just... all these tapes have come out about him saying, if you want a woman, you just grab her by the pussy. It's like, yeah, that's a great man of God, is it?
Yeah.
What the fuck? And I've cut him off. Like, I cut a bunch of people off because they were in the Reclaim Australia groups.
Oh.
All that shit.
Man, I know
My
so
dad
much
loves
of
all that
shit.
shit.
Well, of course he would.
Yeah.
He just like fucking torpedo all the brown people. Like, that's pretty much what you're saying.
Well, like, when he moved to Tasmania, he's like, I'll say, I'm going to use his words.
I'll let you take it. I'll let you take it.
It's great down here. Like, why is that, Dad? Because there's no fucking bungs.
Fuck.
And I just went, I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, because they fucking shot them all. Like, that was his first point of order.
That's insane,
That's
man.
like, it wasn't how's the weather. Like, that was the first thing he had to get off. Fucking Jesus.
But it just gives an idea for the audience, like, to know that this is the type of shit that you actually grew up with.
Dude, there was a mountain, like, in our town called Mount Archer.
Yeah.
When you were bored, you'd drive up Mount Archer if you wanted to go and drink and hang out, if you wanted to hook up with a chick, or if you were bored. And when I was bored, I'd just go for a drive up there. One night I drove up, there was a bunch of cunts in KKK outfits having a meeting.
No shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Either that or they were playing ghosts. Like, they were...
Which we all fucking doubt.
Yeah.
Being old men... like they would, no old man will play fucking
I
ghosts.
wanted to stop and have a look, but I was too scared. Like, I'm thinking, fuck, if they're up here in hoods at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, I think it was a Monday or Tuesday. It was,
no shit.
Yeah, at one of the lookouts.
Were they burning a cross?
Nah.
Why the fuck do they burn that cross? I've always fucking wondered. Not that it's fucking...
I don't get it. What's the point?
I know, it's like, not that it's something that we need to get into, but it's like...
What are you saying? Like... You burn the cross on a black person's lawn to say that Jesus doesn't like you.
Yeah, it's weird.
But he likes fire.
That's what, like, isn't that like a symbolism of burning in hell?
I think maybe.
But it's like, you're burning Jesus, though.
Well, you're burning the symbol of Jesus.
Yeah. So are you really a Christian?
Is that sacrilegious?
I feel like it is. But they use it to, like, they use that sacrilegious shit to impose the Christian beliefs.
I don't fucking know.
It's the most contradicting shit.
Just imagine, but it's like if the Bible said Jesus helped the lepers, the weak, the prostitutes, but he didn't like those blacks. It's like, what book are you reading?
Yeah, no shit.
He helped all the fucking losers, the people that were down and out, the people that were broke, the people that were dying.
He helped out all the cunts in need.
Yeah, which is what the church doesn't do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is my problem with it.
They only help if you fit the criteria.
Yeah, and I never did. Because my problem was that I was too secular for the church, and I was too churchy for normal people. So I kind of didn't fit anywhere.
Yeah, like...
As a teenager.
Well, that would be hard to fucking... It would be hard to hang out with someone like that.
Well, yeah, because like I'd be at church and I believed it and I'm speaking in tongues and living the dream, you know? And then I'd go and hang out with my friends from work and everyone's drinking and smoking weed and
saying cunt, fuck, shit.
And I didn't swear and I didn't smoke weed. I would drink a bit, but
nothing to the extreme.
Well, they would make it a game to try and get me shit faced because get the Christian kids shit faced,
as everybody did.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't fit anywhere because my family wasn't right into it. It was just me going.
Yeah, which is weird.
Well, I chose it myself. That's how I think it should be done.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
I wasn't brought up in a religious family. I decided as a teenager that I needed that. But I decided that because my home life was shit and I didn't know where else to turn. So I turned to my imaginary friend.
No, but that's awesome though because you did that like yourself. A lot of time, people these days, they're getting their kids when they're sort of 50-50 with it. is that you actually made that decision to go yourself, which, like for me, I find to be fucking rare.
Well, I thank my family for that. We did go to Sunday school. I actually wanted to write a bit about this. But for us, there was nothing about that left an impression.
Okay.
Religiously. So it was more about... so on a Sunday, the Sunday school had a bus and they would go around and pick the kids up.
Yep.
And then take you to Sunday school and you'd hang out, do your little Sunday school thing, you'd play with other kids, and then they'd drop you home on the bus. So we got a bus drive all around town. We were the first people they picked up and the last people they dropped off, usually. Yep. So we got a long bus ride and we enjoyed it. We were little kids. And then we got to socialise with other kids and then got home. Mum and Dad got the house to themselves, probably wanted to fuck. Got us out of the house. They didn't give a shit about religion.
Yeah.
And none of my happy memories of that have anything to do with religion. None of it's stuck, except the undercurrents of like, and this is where I'm conflicted too, because I'm not religious. I don't believe in any of it anymore. I think there's shit we don't understand, but I don't think that a series of little books written 2,000 years ago, hundreds of years after the event by different people, that's been edited hundreds of times, was passed down by word of mouth for hundreds of years, is the word of God. So, it's like, I don't fucking know.
Which I can understand.
Doesn't mean it's all pointless.
No, of course, yeah.
But it's when they say it's the word of God, okay, so I'm allowed to beat my slaves, and as long as they get better in a couple of days, I don't get punished. No, well, that's in there.
Yeah.
I could if there's gay people, we take them to the edge of the city and throw rocks at them till they're dead. What about that? Oh, well, it's the old covenant.
Yeah.
That thing fucking shits me. The old covenant and the new covenant.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
Well, I know of it.
The old covenant it's like, that's why Jewish people and Muslims and shit will like sacrifice goats and all that sort of stuff on.
Is that like in reference to the Old Testament and New Testament, or?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, okay.
So in the Old Testament, you would, if you wanted a good harvest, you would sacrifice your most prized lamb.
Yep.
As an offering to God and all this sort of shit.
Yeah.
Under the new covenant, Jesus is the lamb. So he's been sacrificed. We don't have to do the sacrifices anymore.
Okay.
But they will say, when you bring up the horrible shit of the Old Testament, they'll say, oh, that's under the old covenant. So, but didn't you say God is infallible? Yeah. So what you're also saying is God is infallible and constant, but he changed the rules halfway through the book. So that's not constant. That's the opposite. So what is it? And these are questions they were never able to answer. And they don't like people that ask these sort of questions.
Yep. Which, a lot of the time, there are good preachers out there that would actually give you an answer. Not an answer that it's been passed down by people that they know, an answer that they believe. You know what I mean? Is where I like my mate's old man, like he's a preacher, but then he actually gives his take on it. And that's one thing that I can appreciate, even if I'm not like really like invested in it. When I would hear him, I'd actually like want to hear like what he says or what he has to say, because it's coming from him, not like, oh, in the book it says this, that's blah blah blah. He would just use it and apply it to his life and what it means like to him.
That's what we should all do.
Well,
with any book.
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's what he did. You know what I mean? So it's like I appreciated talking to him. Yeah,
if you got to, what's the one I'm looking for? Oh, just this, all the parables, the different stories. There's shit in there that's applicable.
Yep, a lot of shit in there actually is. I feel
same with Islam.
Yeah,
same
100%.
With all of them. Same with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
There's some good messages in there.
Fucking Naruto, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, no, there's nothing good in there.
Fuck off.
Nothing.
Just because you hate anime.
I hate anime.
I don't give a fuck. Naruto is the shit.
Do you think it's my racism against Asian people?
That's what I feel, because I think, like, you said something like along the lines of I think back in the day, like 2-3 generations back? Or,
yeah, my great-great-grandmother was Chinese.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, because anime is Japanese.
Yeah, and they fucked over my Chinese people.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like
you know what's funny though?
That's exactly where it's coming from.
I said to Dad when I was in
fucking hater.
Yeah, well, anime's shit. But when I was in Cairns, I said to Dad, do you know anything about this great grandmother of ours that was Chinese? He says, yeah, I don't know. She was Chinese or Afghan or something. And I'm like, hang on. Afghan? Yeah, she's from Afghanistan or China or fucking somewhere. I don't know.
That's fucking so
And I was
far
like-
from each other.
I was like, whose side was she on? Granddad's or Granny's? He's like, yeah, on Granddad's side. Like, I thought it was the other side. I had no idea. But I don't even fucking know now. Maybe I'm like a fucking half Afghani.
Half Kennedy fucking
Who the fuck-
Golovkin.
I don't know. You can't trust a Gennady Golovkin. You can't trust anything he says, but he's never brought up Afghanistan ever in this conversation. But now,
I think he actually knows, but he's too ashamed to say anything
well, the funny thing was,
because he hates refugees.
yeah,
So imagine he like the refugee that he's hating comes from the same place as his great grandma. Like, that's probably why he hates so much.
yeah. Well, he
He hates himself
also holidays in Asia and speaks English and gets shitty at Asians
for not knowing English.
for being Asian in their country.
How dare you be Balinese and Bali?
Yeah.
I speak English.
Why don't you speak English, you useless fuck? Okay, sorry, sir.
Yeah, fuck. Sorry. How the fuck can you get mad at that shit?
But yeah, I couldn't believe that. I'm like, and I said to him, Dad, you've been telling us for fucking years that we had like a great grandmother that's Chinese, and now you're saying she's from Afghanistan. Oh, I don't fucking know. So well, I want to know. It's interesting to me.
I want to dig deeper.
He hates his family, so he's like, I don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and him hating all the minorities, he's like initially hating himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a fucking weird cunt. But
I just think he hates everybody.
yeah.
He hates white people. He hates all people. He's got no friends. I remember as a kid realizing it was weird.
That he had no friends.
Yeah, like his 40th birthday was happening. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool.
Like going to see friends and shit.
And then all Mum's friends came around.
True.
I was like, where's Dad's friends? He doesn't have any.
That's embarrassing, man.
But I think he's on the spectrum. He liked us. Well, for sort of.
He tolerated your company. You know what I mean?
Kinda, yeah. He liked my sister. He didn't really like me so much.
I think he liked you.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. Like, Dad, he hated the things in me that he didn't like about himself.
Yep, as they do.
And he liked the things in me that he liked about himself, but he hated the things in me that were reflections of Mum because he perceived them as weakness.
Yep.
So most of me he hated, but every now and then there was little bits that he liked.
Yeah, he's like, that's my boy.
But even now, he's held proud of what I'm doing, and he always, which I find hilarious. He's never listened to an episode of the show.
I can imagine.
He shares it all the time. No one he knows is ever going to listen to it.
Yeah.
But he can't work out how to listen to it.
No shit.
And he wouldn't
you have
the-
all those links.
Yeah, it's so easy.
All you got to do is just click more.
It's on YouTube. It's on everything.
But even when you open it up,
It just plays.
but it's like, even when you open it up and you read the whole thing, like, there's the links.
Yeah, there's like 10 different links.
What? If you can click share, you can click.
But he doesn't have the attention span. He wouldn't get past the intro.
Mm.
Like, he really wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
And you know what?
Good.
I was supposed to do a podcast with him in Queensland. I was really looking forward to it because he's
Fuck,
got some
that would be interesting, man.
He's got some stories, man. Like,
You make a
and
memory.
he backed out.
You backed out.
Yeah, I said, Dad, come on, you want to do this? Oh, I can't, mate. I can't do that. They'll fucking arrest me. And I said,
That's awesome.
and I said, Dad, you wouldn't be saying anything worse than anyone else has ever said.
Yeah.
But shit, like, there was this pub that was all the railway workers used to go to after they finished their shift.
Yep.
And they had topless bar staff and all that. And one chick would, she was doing a ping pong show with pool balls on the pool table.
Fuck.
And she pushed a bit too hard and shat all over the pool table.
That's awesome.
And then there was another guy.
I wish I was there.
Yeah, so they had this where I want to ask him if he feels bad about this because I remember him telling the story multiple times and laughing, and we would laugh, but it's also not funny.
Yeah.
So they're in the warehouse and they had to have a comb in their pocket
Yep.
with some paper over it and to make it into a kazoo. And then one of them up one end would go, and then the supervisor would walk out trying to find the sound.
Yeah.
And then the other one at the other end would go, and they did
Just
it.
fucking with them.
For fucking ages, and the supervisor had a nervous breakdown and was like pissing the bed and shit. and had to leave work because they fucked with him so much. And every time he tells it, he laughs. And I'm like, and I laugh because it is funny, but it's also not funny.
It's so fucked up.
There was another guy there this was back, in the 80s when it wasn't acceptable to be gay.
Yeah.
And Dad would always...
He furiously fucked with people.
Oh.
Like on a furious level.
Yeah, me more than anybody.
Yeah.
But he would say... he would fucking say... Like, there was this guy that was like... Everyone knew he was gay, but he kind of hadn't come to terms with it. And being gay wasn't really accepted like it was then. And Dad would fuck with him. He'd be like, I don't know his name. Like, oh, you're a good-looking boy, Kevin. I'd take you out on a date, mate. Yeah. And then, just little stupid comments like this. And then one day the dude propositioned Dad. And Dad's like, mate, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just joking around. But anyway, Dad was asleep in a wheelbarrow one day because this is the sort of shit they used to do while working for the government on the railway.
Yeah.
And this guy came in to kill him with a screwdriver.
Well, the same dude that was fucking with...
The gay dude, the one that he'd been fucking with. And someone walked in sort of just at that moment and it...
Didn't happen.
And it didn't happen. But
no shit. He's going to kill him in his sleep.
Yeah, like...
No shit.
And they used to sleep in the service bays underneath the... where they work on the carriages or whatever. So they would get firecrackers and throw them in where the people were sleeping and just to fuck with each other.
Fuck.
He said I think it was 1988 Commonwealth Games, they put a TV under their supervisor's office and they watched the entire Commonwealth Games. It did no work for the whole 2 weeks it was on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like he was teaching a kid how to use an air rifle when they were kids, and it went off, and it shot into the kid's leg.
Fuck.
I don't think the pellet ever got taken out. He never got in trouble. Nothing ever happened, and they just called the kid Lead Leg after that. Like, dude, the shit he would do, like, his dad taught him how to use matches, but didn't tell him not to do it inside when he was 3. So he was sitting beside the bed lighting matches. Bed went up, house went up. He burned about a third of the house down.
No shit.
And then he was scared when the fireys came, so he went downstairs, was throwing potatoes at the firemen.
What the fuck?
He used to slide down the roof in a nappy. So, which begs the question, was he able to climb the roof at a really young age, or was he wearing a nappy at an old age? And either way, what was he doing using the roof as a slippery dip in a nappy?
Where the fuck's his parents?
Being pieces of shit. His mother was a cunt.
No shit.
Oh, evil bitch. But no wonder I'm fucked up, man. Like, he's a lunatic.
Yeah, sounds like one.
Yeah.
Sounds like the type of dude where I would have probably stabbed by now.
Yeah, I've thought about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people, like, I feel like stabbing cunts that do small shit.
Yeah.
Is where the shit that you're telling me would have already threw me off the fucking Richter.
Oh, man, there's so many fucking... Like, there was one guy at the railway, and he was the supervisor or something, and he had a little, like, donger beside the tracks. And he would sleep in this donger at night, because he had to be there on night shift or something. It's kind of like on call or whatever.
Yeah.
And people thought they'd fuck with him. And they threw some firecrackers underneath the donger, to wake him up at night.
Yeah.
But because of the amount of coal trains going through there, all this coal dust settled all over the donger. And just little mist every time it would go through of coal dust. And then the whole thing just goes like in a roaring flame. Wow. And he got out all right. He wasn't hurt. But, like, can you imagine doing any of this shit today? It sounds like fun, to be honest.
No, it does. But then, like, that would have made me want to go in there if I can grab the cunt.
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry, mate. Just trying to fuck around.
Yeah.
The whole cunt caught on fire.
That's the sort of shit they did. Like, they watched the whole Commonwealth Games. Like, did no work.
And the Commonwealth Games isn't even that interesting.
No, they watched every sport, every event, the whole time they were at work.
That's what I'm saying.
For weeks. Badminton.
Oh, fuck.
Synchronized swimming. Fuck, it's better than...
Fucking archery. Fuck.
Yeah.
And that's boring to watch. It's probably fun to do.
It is fun to do.
But it's boring as fuck to watch.
It is boring to watch.
It's like golf. I don't know how people can watch it.
No. I love archery. I've got a bow. It's awesome. And if you did it, you would find it fun as fuck. And I've tried to watch. I can't.
But even like the commentators for golf, like, to me, it's a weird as shit.
It's like they're trying to bore you to sleep.
Well, I just find it interesting, like the shit that they say and how they say it, because you always have to be quiet. But like the way
But then they don't have to be quiet. They're in a booth somewhere.
I know. But I'm saying, like, the whole thing's like, and that was a par 4.
And he's very happy about that decision, and the crowd giving him a lot of applause. And it's just...
Yeah. And it's like, yes, nice swing.
Oh, he's missed that. He won't be happy with that. Oh, really? They should revamp golf with, like, some comedian commentators.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Fuck yeah. Smashed it on the fairway.
Par 4, he fucked it.
Oh, he's fucked it. It's fucked it.
But, like, interesting shit.
Straight in the drink.
Yeah. But it's like, it's always the most boring. And I don't know the names of the clubs. But it was like, oh, yep, he picked that 3/4 4 out of the 7, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know what they call the clubs.
It's an interesting choice for this kind of shot.
You know what I mean?
Wonder if it'll get it out of the rough. Fuck off. Who's watching golf? Golf's pretty fun to play.
Well, okay.
Kind of.
Like,
as a social thing.
but then even, okay, cricket is another boring one, right?
Oh, fuck cricket.
No, but I'm saying, like, the cricket commentating, I actually don't mind listening to, because they actually, they give feedback on the person that's bowling, the guy that's batting, and why that ball was shit, why the guy didn't hit. You know what I mean? They talk about that shit. Is where in golf, all they get into detail with is how southeasterly, like, the winds are, and how if this guy's going to get the shot that's out of the ruck, or fucking...
Out of the ruck?
Whatever the fuck you call it. But I'm just saying... like,
that's a rugby term.
You know what I'm saying? No, you don't. But the thing I'm trying to say is that they always talk about annoying shit, like weather and fucking, oh, that's an interesting choice. Oh, that's a birdie. And like fucking talk about some interesting shit.
So not golf.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Just talk about what you ate for dinner.
Fucking...
Had a Parmigiana last night.
A chicken parm is more interesting than the whole sport.
I know, but I hate cricket too.
So I don't like the fucking sport, but I can appreciate the commentating. That's what I'm saying.
What the fuck, dude?
What do you mean?
It's like saying, oh, look, I don't like sitcoms, but Neighbours, that's quality. That's a good show. I like how they have toadfish on there for 30 years.
I'm saying, okay, look, like when you go to a pub, right? So, man, like when I'm at a pub, right?
Yeah.
And I'm there like with a few mates or whatever, and when the conversation gets boring, I'll look at the TV.
And cricket's on.
Yeah, it can be the most boring shit. I watch rugby when I go to pubs. I don't even like rugby. I still don't even know the rules of it.
But why don't you hang out with better people?
I just
so
think
the conversation doesn't get shit, and you have to resort to watching a game you don't like.
But it's second nature. Like, I would just see a game, and then some cunt would talk to me next to me. He's like, oh, there's fucking rabbits. I don't know if they get the Broncos.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, fuck. I don't even know what's going on, you know what I mean?
It's like your old boy, and you found out I was from Queensland, and he was trying to get betting tips on rugby league games. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to be the reason you win or lose money on a sport I barely follow.
My dad trusts me with too soon.
Yeah.
So, Dad, just because I brought a mate home doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Just chill.
Oh, dude, it's not like if he said, oh, I'm going to put $10 on it, I would have said, oh, yeah, fucking go the Bulldogs.
Yeah, yeah.
He was talking a bit more than that, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable with this.
My dad does that.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah, I'm going to mortgage the house. What's your thoughts? It's like, I think you shouldn't gamble like you do.
You shouldn't gamble at all. No. But then, like, man, there's one time, like, we actually went to the Cats because work's low.
Yeah. Well, okay. We went to gamble because work's low. Okay. There's the start of the flaws in this plan.
It's already a flawed thing. But then my old man's logic is, oh, fuck, if I can't make money, I'll try and make money by risking, like, fucking risking the cunt.
You said wristing.
Yeah, wrist.
That's one way to make money.
On a wrist the first cunt I see. No, but then, like, he's like, oh, you know, like, do you want to go to the Cast, whatever? I'm like, yeah, Dad, to be honest, like, to Wednesday, I don't really, you know what I mean?
But I don't enjoy spending time with you.
Well, that's not what I was trying to say. You know what I mean? But then he was like, oh, you know, like, I found these, like, strategies and shit. He's been looking up strategies on gambling online, and he wants to try one. And he wants to try one of these, like, strategies that he thinks might work in his mind. So he's like, oh, you know, I got, like, the strategy. Do you want to, you know, like, you bet this much, and then tell me the whole details about this awesome strategy. And I was like, fuck. But I went there anyway, just because I don't even know, to be honest. I went there, I think it was more out of sympathy, to be 100% real. And then, like we got there, and we're gambling and shit, and it's just like, I lost $100 in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's $100 that I needed for, I don't know, paying bills or some shit. Because work's already low. But then, like, my old man won $200. But it was the worst fucking strategy that made no sense anyway. I was seeing the shit he was doing. I was like, is this a strategy?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you just got to, like, this is what the cunt reckons. You bet red or black, right? And
a roulette.
Yeah.
Okay.
You bet red or black, right? But if you lose, you double it. But you bet on the same thing.
That's retarded.
I know.
Because you still have a 50-50, less than 50-50 chance.
Pretty much. So you can come up with 11 blacks. You have to times whatever you lost by 11.
How do you feel about 11 blacks?
I didn't know I was going to get to this. But then he was like, like, if you lose 10, just bet 20. If you lose 20, just bet 40. If you lose 40, just bet 80.
That's retarded, man.
Yeah, but this is the strategy that was supposed to work, apparently.
The best way to gamble on roulette that I've found is to use the thirds. They break the table into thirds.
Yeah.
Because then you've got a 30% chance of winning.
Yeah.
And the return's pretty good. So if you bet on 2 of the thirds and leave 1, you've got a 60% chance of winning. You'll lose on 1 of them, but you'll make enough back that you've still made money.
Yeah.
So there's actual thought into that and maths. He's forgotten the maths.
I think
of course, if you double it, and if you win on the one you've doubled, that'll counteract what you've lost. But if you lose, you're in the hole further. So you're going to get to the point where you've got to put 10 times.
Pretty much. So, like, basically, to break this thing down, because like when you're losing, technically, like, you're digging yourself a hole. So his logic is just keep digging.
Just double down.
Yeah, just double down on the digging, and hopefully it will get you out of the hole. Which makes no fucking sense. No.
Well, I think that's some good gambling advice to end this on. Just if you're losing, bet more. and don't stop until you win again.
Even if it has to succumb to bringing out your whole savings.
Yeah.
Just do it.
And if work's low, gamble. At a casino, an industry that's designed to take your money. I think that's what we've learnt here. And be racist against your own people. What else have we learnt?
Never perform
in front of Portuguese.
Never perform in front of a Portuguese crowd. They're brutal.
Yeah.
No. Don't perform in front of people that you're not comfortable with.
Okay. Don't wear FUBU if you're white.
Yep. 100%.
I've learnt that. Wu-Tang is a rap group, not a clothing brand.
As dope as the outfit may be, don't wear full data if you're white.
Yeah, or just at all, I would say. Like, break it up a little.
Well, this outfit looked pretty dope.
Yeah, true. Okay.
No,
do you still have it?
Not anymore, no.
Oh, that's a shame.
I think when we were moving house, I think I threw it out. I didn't even want to be seen with it.
Man, that's sad. Why'd you have to bring us down at the end of the show?
Yeah, no, look, my apologies. Take it away.
Bruno Oliveira, thank you for joining me on this wild ride of...
This is definitely interesting. This is probably the most interesting one we've done so far.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground. People shitting on pool tables. We've covered racism, front mullets, rat's tails. I think it's...
Gambling when work is low.
Yeah. Fashion. We've...
was it Central Queensland? Or?
Yeah, writing essays about wishing you were black and having it sound real racist, even though you meant it to be nice. You know? Having
a blood relative that you actually hate.
Yeah. Well, we both know a little something about that.
Yeah, I think we do.
I got a lot of them.
Yeah, so you could probably take a lot from this podcast.
Yeah. Well, how can people find you online, Bruno?
Well, I got Facebook, so you can follow me, Bruno Oliveira. You'll probably see a whole bunch of Portuguese people and Brazilians with that name, but mine will come up.
Bruno Oliveira comedian.
Yes, and I also have a page. So if you type in Bruno Oliveira -comedian, you'll find me. Like my page, follow my shit, and I also have a YouTube channel called King of Rants.
Mm-hmm. And you've got some funny shit.
Yeah, and I have an Instagram as well, Bruno Entertainment 19.
Mm-hmm.
So you type in that bad boy, you will see me.
And all the links will be in the show notes, wherever you downloaded it. So if you've downloaded it, you can already find it without him telling you. So this is a bit redundant.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck you asked me. This is your podcast.
It's just what I do, man.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But look, thanks.
PR wizardry.
Thanks for having me, man, and I appreciate fucking being on the show.
No worries.
Good times.